Hi, this is Anthony. Welcome back to my show. I'm going to try to keep this one short because I appreciate that your time is limited. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video at the end, hit like and certainly leave a comment. There's a lot of people in the ex-Scientology or post-Scientology world, Mark and Claire, Aaron, Nora, who are fighting Scientology. And they're doing it in different ways. But sometimes one wonders if what they're doing, and not all of them, but anybody, what they're doing to fight Scientology is really working. And so, one way to understand whether your goals are being met is using what's called S.M.A.R.T, and that's an acronym. And this is just the first page that came up when I typed in SMART goals in Google. There's a million different websites that have information about this. Sometimes some of the names are slightly different. For instance, relevant may be realistic, but pretty much, they're very similar in English. So, and this is a great tool to use when you have goals for anything in life, whether it's dating, going on an elaborate vacation, investing. It's good to have, an idea of what your goal is and then making sure that it matches or these different steps really will lead to your goal, because sometimes people have goals, but they're unrealistic. So, for instance, when people are battling Scientology, and battling can mean many different things, certainly it can mean educating people, the public, about problems in the Church of Scientology. And there are certainly many, many problems, whether it's theology or abuse or all kinds of things like that. That can be a goal. Assisting people in getting out, helping people get out, like the Aftermath Foundation or the SPTV Foundation. Assisting people in getting out is a very specific goal, and one can go about this. Preventing people from getting in. And how can you prevent people from getting in? Well, that's a very specific one. You can track and measure your progress if your goal is to prevent people from going in and learning about Scientology from a Scientology center by protesting. Protesting outside is certainly an effective way of getting people to not go in to a test center, for instance. Now, protesting is not going to get the government to change tax laws about whether Scientology or any other church is going to lose their tax exempt status. So you have to understand that. The goal, if you want them to lose their tax exempt status, is going to have to be something that the government initiates. And you're not going to get that from just protesting outside a government office. If we're going back to preventing people from getting in or getting test centers to be closed down for the day, is that attainable? Yeah, I think that if you get a bunch of people standing outside a test center, that's going to drive away their potential business. Is it relevant? Is it serving a relevant purpose? And I think that if your purpose is to try to prevent people from getting into Scientology, then that's certainly a relevant component. And is it timely? You can measure it. If you go out there and you protest, or you have protesters scheduled to be there throughout the day, keeping people out, then that's checks the timely box there. And then certainly another and very important goal that I think that people should have in mind is educating electeds and other people within the civil service or the bureaucracy about problems with the Church of Scientology. And certainly in California, for instance, the Church of Scientology has a lot of outreach to police departments, to sheriff's departments, to various politicians where they attend their functions, where they have Church of Scientology functions, where they invite local politicians or members of law enforcement to come to their events. They might give them donations to, the sheriff's charitable foundation. And so, and I think most of us watching this think that that's not a good thing. We don't want to have our elected officials and our law enforcement officials to be too cozy with the Church of Scientology. Now, the Church of Scientology, like any church, has certain rights. We don't want their current rights to be violated, and I don't encourage anybody to do anything unethical or illegal. But if you do things legally, following this SMART guideline to achieve your goals, then that is, something that's going to be more successful. So I think that people that have channels where they are battling each other behind the scenes and in public, the current conflict with Aaron Smith Levin and Nora Ames, the conflict between Aaron and just about everybody else, it seems like, Chris Shelton. Do those achieve any goals that really hurt Scientology or only hurt themselves? Now, I completely understand the frustration of all the parties involved when somebody says something about them. And I believe if somebody says that they have a conversation with somebody privately on the phone and the person makes up with them, they say that the issue is resolved, and then the next day that person makes a video that attacks the person that they supposedly had apologized to or made up with. I understand that the first person then feels hurt and wronged and then makes a video about that. And it just keeps on going back and forth. And it's really not hurting the Church of Scientology. It's really sowing dissension within the anti and ex-Scientology communities. So I'm going to stop here. I would love to hear from you what you think about this. Have you ever encountered SMART goals in school, in college, in your workplace, in a nonprofit that you might be involved with? It's really a great way of going about things. So I'd love to hear from you. Again, hit like if you like this. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you.